So the challenge is returning, finding your why each and every time. And then the bigger challenge is staying to the end. Gets pretty restless. It can get pretty restless. So what do you do with that restlessness? It's like sitting at that meeting that you just can't wait to get out of. It's like that restlessness waiting for the work week to end. It's this restlessness waiting for the pandemic to end. All that is playing in on our cellular body. All that takes us out of that breath, that deep diaphragmatic breath. And I can't stress how important breath is in the process of meditation. So I thought we'd take a minute today as we ground, center, and align to go into our meditation to really feel our breath, to really notice where your breath is breathing you. Can you feel your breath at all? And if you can, put your hand there and give your body some acknowledgement that you're listening, whether it's your chest, whether it's your side ribs, whether it's your lower abdomen, whether it's your throat. Where are you breathing right now? And then I just want you to simply acknowledge where you're sitting and breathe to where you're sitting. And if your feet are on the floor, breathe now down into your feet on the floor. On your next breath, just imagine breathing to your feet. I often say your toes need as much oxygen as your nose. And bathe them in the breath. Now come back to putting your hand on your abdomen and breathe down into your hand on your abdomen. There's a complete breath or a four-pointed breath where you actually, see if I sit up a little bit. You're breathing down to your lower abdomen. So down into your lower abdomen. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you can try it again. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Try to feel your expansion in your ribs and in your back body. 4, and then out. 4, 3, 2, 1. So that's kind of a great aim to the end result that we want to achieve when we learn to breathe properly, a way that works for our cells. You might even notice over time it's like a massage for your organs. And that really allows that oxygenation, that healing, that movement, that circulation into all areas of the body. And that's why when I breathe, when I do my meditation, I take one hand to my lower abdomen. So let's just imagine now our grounding, centering, and aligning. And I do have the picture that I like to show my clients when we're doing the grounding, centering, and aligning. It's pretty powerful for just an old photocopy or a copy. So this is the crystalline core in which that I'm referencing. And of course you can see the molten that's around there, and then the rock and the slate and the earth's crust. So this is where we're going with the etheric feet or the tree roots. This is what we're kind of latching on to, not kind of, this is what we are latching on to, the intention to latch onto that and draw up what's seen as the red frequency of Mother Earth, which is about 7 to 25 hertz. That is her healing energy that resonates with this organism of us. So now imagine, let's turn on all our sensories. I'm just going to wrap my blanket around me this morning. It's a little chilly. And turn on our sensories as we ground, center, and align. And then we're going to go straight into meditation. And then we're going to pull a card at the end that sort of that helps us to have a jumping off point of where we can focus on for the day, what we might want to journal. And then the coolest thing is seeing what shows up in the day. Seeing what shows up in the day. So our card yesterday was happiness. So I hope somewhere in your day you got to experience or create. If you create it, you've got it, like, so to create happiness for someone else allows you to feel happy for yourself. And then we're back to that wolf that we're feeding. What are we feeding into? What are we feeding into the collective? What are we feeding into the nurturing of the unified collective that allows us to create that manifestation back for you, for yourself? It's a beautiful, everything that we think, speak, and do is a boomerang back. It's what we receive back, and often tenfold to what we are giving out. So whenever we're given that opportunity, I like to rejoice in that opportunity to say, what is my contribution here and how can I add value? And you might not have to say yes to the exact action somebody's requesting of you. You might just say yes to just holding space for that moment in time. So breathe down to the lower abdomen. We're going to imagine going down with our tree roots, with our etheric feet down into that central core of the earth. As we allow our feet to ground, or our sit bones, if you're sitting on the floor and your feet are underneath you in a cross-legged position, allow your sit bones to ground into the earth. Down, down, down. Now we're going to, with intention, we're going to drop those etheric feet and those tree roots into the earth. We're going to go down through the rock and see if we can feel the coolness or the sharpness or the grit. We're going to continue down into the molten. Allow your etheric feet to dip into that molten and see if you can feel the warmth. And do they go quicker because you're in liquid and not traveling through the dirt and the rocks and the sand? Now down right into the central core of the earth. Right down to that central core of the earth that I showed you earlier. And wrap your tree roots or your etheric feet around that. Now, request to receive, permission to receive. Pull up with your breath. Up through the same line that you went down, and allow that to come into the bottom of your 2 feet. Evenly draw that up through your ankles and your calves. Draw it up into your knees and bathe your body with this beautiful frequency of energy. Sometimes it might come up a little uneven. Allow it to catch up. Just take a break and breathe it up through the thighs and into the pelvis, into the hips, those big joints that allow us to move and create movement forward. Now bathe the internal lower abdomen, the mid-abdomen, reaching the low back and the mid-back and up to the chest. Breathe it into the heart. Allow the heart to open. And feel that expansionness and bathe over the shoulders. Now just imagine your shoulders dropping like 3 inches, taking the weight of the world off your shoulders. And down your upper arms, your elbows, your lower arms, your wrists, your hands, all the way to your fingertips. Are they tingling? What do you notice here? The hands often give a good feedback into energy and what you're sensing. Now breathe it up through the gateway, through your throat. Bathe all those vocal cords. Bathe this area that holds up this pumpkin, this bowling ball, just balancing it all the time with such gratitude for the security that it offers, that knows that our head is going to stay erect. And up into the head and over the face and over the cranium, the skull. If you want, you can bring it out the Sahasrara. Just let it cascade down the outside of the body, clearing the first level of the biofield, and sometimes touching that second layer. Take a nice breath and an open mouth exhale with sound. The exhale can be very, very healing. Is very, very healing. If you feel that you need to move in your seat, allow yourself to do Little rotation as we come into the centering place, a little teeter-totter back and forth. Find that still point as we prepare to align now. We're going to take that line from the center core of the earth through the perineum, the middle of our buttocks, up through our spine and out the top of our head. Without distraction, we're going to create a fine line to divine, super highway to divine, creator, source, God, energy, guru, sage, higher self, divine consciousness. You name it, you're the boss, whatever it is for you today. Straight line without distraction, past the solar system, the Milky Way, past into the cosmos. We're going to open this superhighway, this receiving channel for divine consciousness, God, creator, source, energy. Permission to receive, permission to heal. As we allow this connection, sense that connection, and then sense the cascading of the energy coming down, often seen as golden white light energy. Open up the Sahasrara and invite it in to illuminate the head, touching every cell and every space in between each cell. Sense it as it comes down and bathes the gateway, the vocal cords, so we can speak with love. We can step away and soften the ego in my will and allow and remember that it's thy will. And breathe it into the lungs and the heart and allow that to expand and bathe at the same time over the shoulders and down the arms into your hands and your fingers. So everything we touch, we can touch with love. And bring it back to the heart again to expand and allow that to come down into the torso region and bathe all those organs. Ensure that you have this image of bathing the full back and allowing all that to soften. Feel the illuminant spark of the golden white light energy. Bathe it into your hips and the pelvic region. All our organs there. Bathe it down into the thighs and the knees, those beautiful joints, the calves, the ankles, the feet, the toes. And just get a sense. Take a moment to get a sense of these two energies together. And lock that in. It's always with you. It's always with us. And it's more so when we set the intention of creating a connecting with this vertical connection. It's so powerful. It's a great place to journal from, a great place to ask questions and listen. In my clinical work, right after this, we go into a body scan and a body walk. And just to give you an idea of what that is, it's simply having a communion and a conversation, a communication with your body. Finding where tension is and just breathe to that tension. That tension might be just an old friend that's been hanging around for a while. That's cells that are bunched up that create that tension and no oxygen or circulation is getting in there to allow for that expansion. There's simply a contraction and an expansion organism, as is our earth and many others. Contraction and expansion. When we get trauma, we contract. When we get shock, we contract. Because the body needs to prepare for that fight flight. So it needs to focus everything on that area. And when we come out of that defensiveness, that defense situation, sometimes we don't allow the whole body to fully integrate into that calmness again and come out of that fight, flight, freeze state, that sympathetic nervous system. And what happens is this stays stuck. There's some cells that stay frozen in the body. As when we do this work, breathing and meditation, acknowledging, communing with the body, breathing to that area and saying, hey, dear friend, how long have you been there? And listen, sometimes it'll say like 25 years. What do you need to heal? What can I offer you? What can I offer you? And listen and try to stay back behind as we do in meditation. If you're interested in any of this work, it can be done virtually, as well as I can support you virtually in the work and as well as in person. And I'd be happy to do that. My name's Debra O'Neill. I am the CEO and founder of BlissBee.me, Integrative Holistic Health, and I'm here to share because I care. And this is your 31-day challenge, and I'm welcoming you into my personal practice. I do this every morning at 8:03. And it allows me to take you along on the journey to see if there's any part of this that resonates for you, that you can invite into your life. I'd like to also invite you into my life, as we have a monthly membership. And we do the work each month to excavate this beautiful thought forms that come through us and figure out what is the pre-programming and what we can break through to find out who the truth of you is. And then we get to walk in that truth. And once we walk in that truth, then we can break down either further what's being held from that pre-programming within our body. And it has a natural self-healing innate. The body has its own innate ability to heal. I really believe if we get it 50%, it can get the rest of the way there. And sometimes it just needs that confidence to know that the actual person that is operating this machinery is listening. And it is a community. We've got a community of cells in our body. We are part of that community. And I'd love for you to be a part of our community together as we live our best life. Let's go into meditation. Just take a minute to get comfortable. Grab a blanket if you need a blanket, because it does get cooler. The temperature does change as our alpha waves changes. And grab whatever you might need. Have a sip of water if you feel that you feel a bit thirsty. And I'm just going to grab my crystals from back behind here and see what we'll use today. I brought my bigger crystal down off the shelf. I'm just going to place this in my lap. Sometimes and you can use anything, even if you've got a rock outside that you've liked, it's even has some substance to it or not, you could paint on it, you can just put words on it, and you can create that as your grounding piece, if you like. I've got another one right in front of me here. This is fluorite. This is a really beautiful, beautiful rock. That's I keep it on my table for my clients. It grounds excess energy, and excellent for the mind as it helps one to grasp higher ideas and advances the cognitive process. An important balancer and healer because of its I'm going to skip that one. Pyramidal shape, embodying the concepts of the heavens and earth, being a mirror image of each other. Oh, I see. It's because it's got all these little pyramids on it on the top. That's what they pyramidal. I'm just being challenged by that word right now. Awesome. Always like a good challenge. All right. Set your resolve today for what you would like for your meditation. Jot down on the pen to paper if you have any thoughts in your head that you'd like to download before you get started. And have any questions. This is a time of working with other sources of intelligence, potentially, and you can be open to that. But you don't have to do anything. It's encouraged that if you want to have that communion, to ask for it. Yeah, because energy can't come forward without permission. Mm-hmm. So if you feel ever that you have bad energy around you, you ask it to leave, because it must leave. I command you to leave. Whatever works. Try it. And if not, you're welcome to give me an email. I'm always here for you at info@blissbee.me. Bring your breath down into your lower abdomen again. Re-engage. I'm going to work with my mala. We'll do 5 rounds. I'll let you know when we go past the first one, all 5. And just to simply have a resolve that you can breathe down into your lower abdomen, then you can find the peace and find peace with the peace. If you'd like to use a mantra, a beautiful Sanskrit mantra is Soham. Inhale, So. Exhale, Hum. Inhale, So. Exhale, Hum. Inhale, So. Exhale, Hum. The object here is to have one smooth breath. Breathing in through the nostrils, feeling the coolness of the breath in your nostrils, down into the lower abdomen, releasing it from the lower abdomen back up to the nostrils without a pause. One beautiful loop of nourishing, oxygenating breath. Breathing in and releasing the CO2, the carbon dioxide, and anything that does not serve your body. Let's start now. No pause, no jerks, no noise. You can find a seat inside. You can sit behind your forehead and your third eye area. See yourself just pulling up a chair and sitting down and observe you meditating. Or sit in your heart. Anchor into your heart area. Simply observe your thoughts like clouds. That's one. As they come and go. Observe them float past in space. Curl your lips up a little bit. Thank you, Guru. Thank you. That's 2. Let's check with your posture and see if you're leaning forward. Just waiting to get up to start your day or get on with the next task. Allow yourself to recenter. Bring yourself back to your breath. That's 3. Thank you, Guru. Thank you. Breathe in a little deeper. Exhale a little longer. Thank you, Guru. Thank you. That's 4, going into 4. Thank you, Guru. Thank you. Our last one, 5. I invite you to join me in Bliss Be Me as a mantra. I'd love to see what you see. If you see, I see some kaleidoscope of colors. And curl your lips up. This bliss be me, 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 bliss be me. Just allow that to flow. Or stay with so hum. I like to bring that mantra into my heart. And strengthen the heartfelt template of the work. Thank you. That's 5. Or that completes our 5th. Let's take a nice deep breath. Don't rush to do anything. Palm your hands together. Cup your eyes. I find it so nurturing to take this measure of cupping my eyes. Open your eyes into your warm hands, your warm palms. Oh. Welcome. How is that? What do you notice in your body? Take a moment to offer yourself such deep gratitude for taking this time. It's time for you. So important. Endless benefits to meditation. So great for your immunity, for your cellular beingness. I believe your healing as well. How can it not if it nourishes the cells and creates expansion in your body? All right, asking the cards, what's their message today? What's the guidance? The light within, what's our guidance for our light within us? So we've gone from perseverance to inspiration to aspiration to power to happiness. I might have missed one. To action. Power of action, the power which results from a true surrender to divine. That would be, I think, that thy will, when we've got that tug of war going on with my will, the egoic side, and thy will being thy will, divine consciousness. Beyond words, above thoughts, the flame of an intense aspiration must always burn steady and bright. It's just point. It's just on point. It's like now saying, okay, you've got that, all that we've built up over the course of these days. And now it's time to put the pen to paper and create your action plan, especially coming into 2021. It's so important to write something down. I invite you to join us in our monthly membership and be a part of our community as we do the work every single month. It's like a new course comes out to create thought-provoking ways to take action and sort of, really take a look at the excavation of our thoughts. And there's guided meditations, there's other resources, affirmations, there's other industry professionals' work that I bring into there. And in January, it's going to bring in this live meditation exclusively in the membership. So it's founding member pricing right now, $29, huge value. And in January, it will go up to the company, the addition of the meditation. But the great thing with founding member pricing is it's always yours for as long as you have the membership. That's that price. If you wish to see more, there's 111 episodes on Facebook in a series which follows the progressive dynamic energy centers that we work with in the membership as well. Beautiful work that we did from March till July, and as well I'm live on YouTube every Monday, and I'll be and I have other work on there, such as How to Meditate series, five series episode. Thank you so much for being here. It's time to take pen to paper, fingers to digits. Take 5 minutes, write something down that's important to you, that you want to take action on. The power of action, the power which results from a true surrender to divine. Just ask, what is it? What is it? Why am I here? Who am I? Why am I here? What do you want me to do? How can I be in service to this beautiful world and make it more beautiful? I love you. And I hope to see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. Make it a great day.